key members of the press. We resume tonight's opposing press conference with our national team head coach, Mr. Stephen Hart. We'll give you an opportunity to make an opening remark and then we open the floor to questions. Coach, your reactions to tonight's victory?
I thought we put first half performance for me was one of the best I've seen this team play. I don't think the 1-0 scoreline reflect the performance. And then we came out in the second half, did things very, very efficiently, and ended up with the goals. Two good halves put together, and there's still a few things defensively we can keep working on, because the number 9 and number 10 are quality players for them. They're a handful. But I thought overall was the best, two performances, first and second half, that we've played for a long time.
No question for the coach, by a show of hands first, please. No questions for the coach? Go ahead.
Coach, 6-0 results, what is next? Moving from whatever mistakes we have made tonight, how do you progress forward?
Well, it depends on who you play. I looked at the game in St. Vincent 3 times now, and it wasn't as bad as I thought looking with the naked eye. We created a lot of chances. Yes, our lines were a little bit ragged, but they have a lot of pace. And we came in here with a game plan as to how we would play them, and our execution in terms of passing and movement was exceptional. Plenty of people will argue, well, the finishing could have been a lot better, but from a coaching standpoint, I would like to build on this performance, and we certainly now look like we have the bench that can make a difference.
Very difficult 2 games coming up. Guatemala back in the fire win versus USA a couple days ago, and the USA won tonight. How do you approach those games? You have a little bit of time, but
yeah, in all honesty, I said it all along that I felt that you're going to need more than 10 points to qualify. And the bottom line is out of the 2 games, we are going to play to get the result, because that's what is required. I don't think anything has changed. We have to get points one at home and try to get something away from home.
Next question, go ahead.
Yeah, 2 games for young Levi Garcia, and both games seems quite impressive. Across St. Vincent scored 2, and tonight he was a handful down the wings. What's your future? What's your plans for him in terms of working with him with Trinidad?
I don't have the time to work with him. It will depend on how much he's playing with his club, and you can see the kind of impact that he has when he comes into the national team. We have 3 or 4 days together, and I just try to encourage him to relax and be penetrative, and he does that extremely well. I don't think we've had that type of wide attacker that could bring so much excitement and so much penetration in a long time. So he just has to keep growing with his club, keep his feet on the ground, and I think that boy will go very, very far.
8 months now, roughly, until the next assignment. Definitely, you mentioned that you're satisfied with the bench so far, but certainly you want to build it a bit more. What would you be asking of the TTFA and other authorities in that 8-month period to see what you have locally?
Yeah, well, I think it's more than that. The TTFA has secured a game against Uruguay, which is a big game for us. We're not sure which players we'll have available because it's a non-FIFA date, so I'm sure some players will squeeze in. But as I told the players who didn't get on the field, I've already showed confidence in you in selecting you on the 22, and it's a matter of you constantly fighting and showing me that you need to be there, and then constantly proving that you should get a chance. And young Caesar, for example, when he goes on top, he is certainly dynamic in the later stages of the game, and he picked himself and did the job. So it's about competition, and once we continue to create that competition among us, I think it's healthy.
Discussing going through.
I think a lot of players are going to be worried now, right? And certainly I have to stock up on some aspirin because it's a selection headache, but it's one I welcome. A lot of players are pushing. A lot of players still have to learn when they come in the environment that they are fighting for positions. But it was a tremendous group. The attitude in training and everything was very, very good, and off the field they bonded well. So yeah, we have some players to come in, and it's a matter of if they're playing with their clubs and if they're in form.
Justin.
Output of Jovin, Levi, is something that we haven't seen for a while in terms of both flanks penetrative and both flanks always causing problems, and certainly that's something you welcome as well.
Yeah, of course. I think it was a decision today to go with the both of them. One is our orthodox sort of wide player, and the other one coming in on his strong foot, and you know, all credit to Jovin. I don't think he knows how talented he really is, but he plays left back for the club, and then I asked him to come and do a different sort of job, but he loves to play, and once he keeps himself in the top physical condition and the right mental state, I think he can go very far in football.
Go ahead, Mazan.
Yeah. How did you think your players in the midfield managed the game today? And also, what do you think about the crowd response and how you all fed off for the crowd today?
Yeah, tremendous from the crowd point of view. I thought that was good. I thought the midfielders, the two central midfielders, defended very, very well. They pressed well. They intercepted a lot of balls. Kaleem intercepted a lot of balls. At times, the two wide midfielders could tuck in a little bit more and make us a little more compact and allow us to, when we win, to counter-attack, because we have that quality now. But I thought overall was a fantastic game. The two midfielders managed the game well. Two centre midfielders managed the game well. They moved the ball, and in particular, they moved the ball short forward in combination with Molino, Kenwin, and then got the ball wide into good positions. And Hoyt's timing on his running was fantastic.
Next question, and go ahead, Joel.
Yes, John Bostock, I know he wasn't able to play with the team, but what you have to
Well, I think he should be fine by the World Cup qualifying, and he can play in the exhibition game, so that would give him some opportunities. He was telling me he has, I think, eight or 10 more games when he goes back on our exhibition circuit that they're on, so that would be good for him.
Final question, Justin.
Further to that, how close was he to being selected today?
Well, it's not close because we didn't get approval, but all credit to him. He stuck around.
He showed in training.
You would like him. He can play. He can play, and very cerebral, very, very smart.
Go ahead.
Sean Silva, he's eligible to play for 3 countries. He officially got his captain. Can you tell us about the thought process and
well, he did well in Grenada, and what Sean does when he plays in that position is he could deliver passes, as we saw. He did it in the Grenada game. He's not going to give you penetration with his dribbling, but he will give you penetration with his passing, and the right side where Jovin was tiring a little bit. I thought it was important to bring on somebody that will stay close to the other two center midfielders but could pass the ball from a deeper position. And his first pass ended up in a goal. So, you know, he has those qualities, and it just gives you a different tactic in the game.
One last question, go ahead.
So the day start, how we can be there to motivate during that time?
Sorry?
The day start.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were fine with it. They really wanted to play this game and show the public what they had. And when we went in with the delayed start, we just said, look, just sit down, relax, be calm. Some of them were stretching. We knew we were going to get about 10 minutes to warm up, so that would be fine. And to be honest, how we played in the first half, I hope a few more starts are delayed, because in all honesty, the scoreline in the first half didn't reflect the performance at all.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Members of the press, you're welcome to cross the field and enter the mix zone where you get an opportunity to interact with players. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.